So have the cameras down, the lighting down pretty low at the moment, considering I don't actually have that many players here today. As you can see with the table being nice and dark.
It's mood lighting in recognition of Valentine's Day.
I thought I saw Drowsel in the background. Anyway.
So we are up to session number 106. I believe that's correct. Just checking my actual numbers there. Yep. And it is Phase 3, Season 1, Episode 17. And amusingly, I have actually gone and checked the total number of games for the Wednesday night, not counting this actual session. And where have I got it? I think it is about 130 odd. At this point. There we go. It says that the Wednesday night is 189 sessions so far, counting the pre-campaigns, and the storyline completely is up to 408. So we've actually passed the 400 mark for sessions related to this actual campaign.
It's a stayer.
Each individual one has almost lasted longer than the Pathfinder one, and the Shadowrun one, and it was probably the longest game I've ever run at 10 years. So we're approaching that one quite quickly. So yay! With that, we have people online today, so we will introduce Jeremy first.
Good evening, all. I'm playing Karameikos. He was born a humble peasant, a Chaldean peasant, but he's begun to grow into his true stature of a scion of Talab, and hero and wonder for the world, but fortunately still maintains his humility.
And a pompous git.
Well, hey, we do get that when he was one of the original characters, because we can actually look up Dimitri and see that Dimitri's first session was the 14th of January 2015.
He's been around. Everybody loves him.
Well, no one's managed to kill him yet, so that is a good sign.
Possibly I should say everybody loves him equally.
And that brings us then to Martin.
I'm playing an elf, Kenzai monk, named Tyrellin. I basically sort of stand in the background, not saying much because I have 8 charisma, and just look out for things. That's it.
Okay. And next online we have is Mark.
I play the smart one in the group, Rachel. I'm I suppose the even to the odd for Dimitri. It's probably the best word for it. So, but I played Bedroid, Dwarven, Weapon Master Fighter, who seems to pick interesting choices during the night.
Yeah, well, we do get that. And who wants to do the introduction for David's character who's not here at the moment?
I can, because I'm his best mate. So,
Dimitri's happy to talk about it.
Okay, so let's start off with, we'll have David do it, and then we'll check the others.
I was going to say, Plowman, Evangarian, Barbarian, Horse Lord, totally nice bloke, has a extreme issues with Dimitri, like Bradshaw, but otherwise, genuinely nice bloke.
And he's lucky enough that he never needs to lose Dimitri because he's got a hell of a to point him the way. Or play, sorry.
Sure, we'll go with that.
He'll never get lost.
Sure.
Okay, so what is Dimitri's version of Plowman?
Oh, absolutely identical. No change whatsoever. With the addition of being so fortunate that he actually got to adventure and be successful as an adventurer because he's had Dimitri, well, I won't say by his side, but in the vicinity.
Yeah. And how about Trellan's version of Plowman?
So I don't know what the relations are between the elves and the Evangarians.
Not much. They generally don't connect to each other because one loves riding the open hills and grasslands, and the other one likes being in the trees.
Okay. They're not natural enemies, but hey, they're far enough apart. They're not natural friends either.
They don't share the same land needs or desires.
Okay.
Especially the Kalari elves and the Karameikos.
I'm ambivalent towards Plowman.
No, he does like horses, so that might make you think better of him.
Well, he claims to like horses. It's not like we've ever seen much evidence of that.
I'm sure he'll enjoy listening to that later.
Oh, he certainly will.
Okay, so does anyone remember where you were last up to and want to say what happened last session?
Go, Dimitri. You're the intelligent one.
Okay, well, the party having been exploring through what is we've discovered to be a ancient shipwreck or wrecked spaceship vessel that's come from the stars that apparently then was putting out technologically enhanced species on a regular occasion, which caused problems for the local area. And apparently one of the previous parties of Rheddrian Investigation Bureau had awakened. So we've gone in to fix it up. And so we've been exploring through this technological wonder that Dimitri has managed to decipher most of the interesting parts of in preparation. And okay, so the last session we continued going down into the depths of the spaceship, and finally got to what we believe is the bottom level, or at least the level that has an exit that we know of.
The exit, yes.
And we were heading out there. We came across a couple little things, like there was a big swimming pool area that had sort of a giant crab-like creature that, that was sort of we thought it was a crab, but then it also was projecting the image of a beholder above the water, but it turned out that in fact it was almost an underwater beholder with some claws.
That was a fun battle.
It was fun, yep. But yes, not surprisingly, Dimitri and Crescent shall be best at that. And then, as I say, continue to explore. We came across an area where seemingly a bit like a performance area, like a stage and seating and stuff, which Dimitri started to hear an interesting voice in his head, and just as he was about to react to it, our friendly Fluff that we met earlier on in the ship that we promised to help get out of here. Turned out he's actually been hanging around with us the whole way invisibly, but it was easy to let us know the fact that, hey, yep, it was a violent enemy that was trying to attack Dimitri's mind. So we managed to just as Dimitri looked around behind the curtain at the stage and realised the fact that it was a mind flayer behind the curtain. Plumman immediately threw his spear straight through the curtain, straight into the mind flayer, and then we realised that the mind flayer was only a child and possibly had never, or apparently had never been connected with the mind flayer society, and so might possibly be rehabilitated, or at least never become a problem. So we managed to withdraw the spear, heal her up, and have her follow along. To promise that, hey, we'll help to get her out of this ship too. And then he warned us about a cloaker type beast that was going to drop from the ceiling of one of the effectively the foyer to the theatre type stuff. And after having a bit more bite to eat, I think, at the crack bar, we were heading to what we believed was the cargo hold of the ship, which had cargo doors that actually went out to the real world again. And we just entered the cargo hold and beheld ...
Yep, that's about right. Yes, us being a child was an interesting aspect of the night. But Bradshaw befriended the young Tenty, and considering that Bradshaw is not very smart, she had no reason to be threatened by Bradshaw.
You'll notice that I did skip over the aspect of Bradshaw wandering blindly into an area full of mist that she couldn't see, get knocked out and taken over by a doppelganger, and hence had his replacement come out of the mist, who was a much more pleasant fellow and was much more worthy of hanging around, but apparently others were less happy with the new Bradshaw, so the doppelganger got removed and Bradshaw was recovered.
I thought you would have fell for that, Dimitri. Oh well. I went for the, hey, Dimitri's a good guy. I thought you would go, finally he's coming along to my side. That was to me, that was the best of the night. Even David thought it was very good. So.
Well, hey, if you are going to have someone play doppelganger, you should give them a different personality to deploy and see just exactly how far people will go.
I thought I could say it down to the T exactly what my DM said. So, yeah.
Well, and I like the fact that it was perfectly appropriate for the doppelganger to assume the party was a harmonious group of friends.
That's right. Why wouldn't you never think that?
Well, it is what you would expect. Okay, so you had opened the doors to the cargo hold. You had seen what looked like stasis chambers for a bullet. or land shark, or even tremor, as you might want to go with if you would like to use some of the old horror movies. As there are 8 of those movies if you've not seen the movies named Tremor.
Oh, yes, very good. Good one back to back.
I'm fairly certain I've seen the first one, maybe. Probably happy to not see any more.
Oh, it's good when you're on a quiet day at home sick. No offense to
Encourage you to get better.
No offense to the actors or Tremor actors or producers. But I'm just saying.
So have you seen them, Martin?
I own it.
All of the
That's a DVD.
7 or 8?
No, just the first one.
First one, yeah.
So the characters do come back from the first one into various of the other ones.
Right.
How unfortunate for those actors.
Hey, it did make very interesting monsters.
So in the station, is the land shark bullock actually awake or dead, or just status something just there?
They're in stasis. Dimitri's thinking, I wonder if I can swap it for Bradshaw. Probably a more worthwhile party member.
Hey, I'll take offence to that. I thought
Dimitri was thinking of it. Chancy probably giggled slightly to herself.
yes. I would have
And the
the look at your face.
And the flub, trying to be helpful, shared the thought with everyone.
Hey, I'll take offence to that. Thank you, Flum. So,
Well, it's not really an option, so.
well, can we get out now from the cargo ship? Or is there a door in the way that the land shark might be able to break out for us?
Well, okay. We should be able to open the door, hopefully.
Okay.
But confirming that before we try and get out, or before Dimitri will go there and flash the card to actually open the doors, unless they are actually getting stuck on a timer aspect.
Well, you see that there is a lever next to the door. The door appears to be powered.
Yep.
And you are greeted by one of the weaponized mechanical beings, mechanical golems.
Dimitri will flash his grey card.
Okay, it says greetings and gives you a strange warble of noises that has no meaning to you.
Did he actually say greetings in a language I understand, or is he still talking completely in the...
You understood the word greetings,
language.
but you think it used a word from a different language.
Right, okay. People were more the idea of thinking, hang on, yet, whether or not Dimitri's starting to get the hang of the ship language, or the ship's starting to get the hang of our languages.
You spent time teaching it your language.
Yep, happy with that. But obviously don't get the understanding of the rest of the Belgian, which will further affect after greetings at this stage.
You think it gave you the name of the original card holder, or the authorized card holder?
Yep, fair enough. Okay, we'll have a quick look around. Dimitri might check the acres chamber on the boulay and confirm that it's not going to suddenly get out or do anything like that.
Power on it seems to be still constant.
Mm-hmm. And the what can I say? Yeah, Dimitri's aware that the power is limited in this ship, but it'll only last about another century or so. But I'll listen to part of that. So,
And as you're examining things, you see one of the worker robots move over to the door and pull a lever, opening the outer door.
Aha.
okay. and we see the valley that we came in from.
You can see the base where you left your animals as you climbed up the outside.
Oh.
I will.
Dimitri, will I?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. But just
So I'm looking at talking to Tenty. So this is the first time you've seen the outside world?
She just looks at you strangely.
Oh. Okay.
Dimitri will have a look at the try and access the spacious system and or the computer system in the cargo hold area, and he can try and find out whether or not the door's being opened because we came, or because it gets opened occasionally, which is why some of the animals are being let out occasionally, or whether there's any instructions or orders in that sort of way.
Okay, so you see it turn towards Plowman and start beeping at Plowman, the one that had pulled the lever. Plowman starts beeping back and starts walking out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep an eye on Plowman, just in case I need to use my eagle eye longbow.
You're not going out yet. You're just basically standing at the cargo door.
Yeah.
If Dimitri notices the others haven't left yet, okay, get out. I'll be with you very shortly.
Okay. Well, I'll grab Tenty's hand and walk her outside with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Flump will just follow us.
He follows you.
He may not be visible at the moment, so we may already be gone.
And so while Dimitri's looking at the computer system, I will give him an engineering check.
That's 11. 23.
Okay, you see that a bunch of creatures have been let out on regular intervals through this exit point.
Mm-hmm.
Noting down that they all have serial numbers.
Mm-hmm. And what sort of intervals are we talking about?
The intervals seem to be days to weeks. Some years.
Okay. Dimitri will aim to cancel that order if he can in some way, or if he thinks he's not able to actually cancel it, he'll try and speak to one of the robots and tell them that no requirement to release any creatures from stasis until further notice.
Okay, it says lining up all creatures in status for termination. Agreed.
What?
No. Hold the big stasis, but do not release until further orders are given.
It doesn't respond. It seems to have shut down after being told it doesn't need to do anything else.
Nice, Dimitri.
So, Dimitri will attempt to try and do it through the computer then if you can. So,
you see up on the screen that the specimen listed as Plowman is getting ready for termination.
You what now?
Hey David, how are you going?
I was doing great until I heard about Plumber being terminated.
Though
All right, I think you've got it in hand.
but it does note down that his genetic replacement has been sent out into the wilds.
Also not cool about that either. There is only one undefeated champion of the world.
And they're going to keep him undefeated by having him maintained permanently.
Yeah, I guess he retires undefeated, I guess.
Well, okay. Dimitri will be doing his best to cancel any termination orders.
Seems that you might have to go back up to the main computer to do so. This seems to be just a terminal that reporting on previous responses.
I'm using my dash action to helter-skelter out the door at 110 feet.
Okay, you make it out the door quite easily. Bit of a breeze blowing in the hair as you fly out.
Cargo hold.
Go ahead.
Alright, just going to say, did cargo hold have a working lift?
It does. It goes down.
You've got this, Dimitri?
Dimitri will call out, saying, it looks like there's further work to be done in here. So, as he starts to establish goes down, because
Oh, actually, it goes up as well.
so when we're talking the control centre, are we talking the one that is on the very top, or is it a control centre that was somewhere else?
You believe it's the one on the very top.
Because that was the one where I found concerned where the working doors and stuff was, wasn't it? So,
It was, and you realise that the lift here will take you up to the terrace of the gardens.
okay. So Dimitri's calling out to the other saying, oh, looks like there's more work to be done in here. I'm going to go back up. If you guys want to come, please do before the door closes, or I will meet you back at Baron Uther's settlement on the edge of the valley. Whatever you do, don't take Tenty out of the valley.
Well, looks like I'm babysitting Tenty, so
Yeah, I'll stay outside, but there's no need for me to continue any further.
Why can't we take Tenty out just because Tenty's an elephant and racism?
Exactly.
Well, you don't want her to connect with the hive mind of the mind players and become evil.
So racism on both sides, gotcha.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Surely racism. So I'll walk out with Tenty, take her down to where we're going to meet everyone, and ask her questions like, have you always been stuck in the ship, things like that. So.
And so, while you guys are talking outside, and Dimitri's taking the lift back up,
Yep.
you see one of the stasis cages get pushed out of the ship and the door shut.
Well, I'm happy with Dimitri being encased in the impenetrable.
I don't think Dimitri was the status chamber that got pushed out.
Well, I didn't. So I'm happy for him to be on that side.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're on the other side.
Martin, what was in that actual stasis pod?
What was in the stasis pod?
Yeah.
Well, you see a Bulle start to wake up, at which point A will go for initiative.
Roll.
Okay, roll the dice tower.
Mark, could you roll me 2d20, please?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
And you can get a total above 4.
Combined, obviously.
Yeah, get a total. Yeah.
You got 22 total.
No, I need the highest. Rolling it through advantage.
Oh, yeah, 14 was the highest initiative.
I can't remember what my initiative is, so I'm going to say it's +2, and I will have access to it very shortly.
And my initiative.
I got 20.
I got 16.
I got purple.
So how much did Plowman get?
16, I think. It's probably more than that, but let's go with 16.
Okay, so as you're sitting there watching, apparently you are all stunned as this creature that is large enough to ride breaks free of the stasis chamber.
I just swear the word Dimitri go. Dimitri!
Plumman licks his lips as he looks at a rideable creature.
You want to time this, do you, Dimitri?
You mean Plumman?
Clement, sorry.
Dimitri's not there.
Sorry, I got Dimitri on the mic.
Is there a way that we can assist you?
I mean, let's just figure out what it is first.
But you don't know what it is. Because you saw it in the station, in the cargo hold in stasis, and then it got pushed out of the hold along with you guys.
Oh, Jeremy, I just saw some of your mates driving an 8-wheel drive MAN tip truck with some weird greeny blacky colours.
Well, I know well, obviously.
So somebody must have slipped when they were applying that paintbrush, I think.
Okay, so the creature leaps and lands on the party. Each of you gets to make a dexterity saving throw.
As he does, Plumman says, "Oh, look at that good boy. Give me up."
Okay. Dex. Okay. You may roll here as well. You got 14 on the dice there, Clement?
Did we say a dex check?
Yep.
That's a 26.
I got 13 total.
Ah, crap. I formatted my phone. I'm going to have to not have a character sheet for the moment. That's super frustrating. Forgot that I factory reset my phone.
Lucky.
Is it on the website, is it, or is it on?
No. It's all right. I can recover it. I just need to get to where I'm going. But
No, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, not always so easy to manage digital stuff on the go.
yeah, I can barely keep a character sheet on my phone, let alone on a website.
Okay, so looks like it's going to be a crushing success as Bradshaw gets struck for 16 points of bludgeoning damage as it lands on top of him.
Okay, what was it that land?
This one's hard, you Bradshaw.
And it seems that we had also Tenty get flattened by it as well.
Not.
That's
I
it.
told you you were up to 10.
Oh, I'm upset now.
That's it. I don't care what this thing is, it now needs to die. It messed with Tenty.
That's right. It's a gone. It's dead. Yeah.
And both Tenty and Bradshaw are pinned underneath it as Trellin and Plum and knock to the sides. And as Jeremy's going up in the lift, he's getting a video of all this happening show before him.
Oh, good.
From the
like Pokemon Bible using.
from the eyes of Plum.
Which is why he called out, obviously you guys couldn't hear, makes it look like a fancy.
Okay, so could Dimitri give me an initiative as well?
Well, the point was going up the elevator, having realised he's going up by himself, Dimitri's going to cast invisibility on himself and be able to stealth around as much as possible.
Oh, good. I was just asking for an initiative roll for Dimitri.
That's right, okay. It was something I was going to, when it came back to me, I was going to say, hey, you cast the initiative invisibility on the way up, and then we'll see what happens. Total of 11. Hang on. Yeah, that'll do anyway. Sometimes if things change in the level up version. Yeah.
Okay, so that means it's now up to Trellin. What does Trellin do? You are adjacent to the creature.
I will use my there's a disengage action.
Yep.
So I can run 55 feet backwards and then shoot it.
Do you have the ability to do 2 actions in a turn?
It's it's a chi point action.
Yep.
Called Step of the Wind.
Okay, so you get the disengage and the attack as part of the 1 action.
It's a bonus action.
Yeah, disengage and put a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah. So Step of the Wind, and then I shoot it twice.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
21 and 28.
Okay, so you get 1 critical hit in that.
Okay. It's 40 damage and 70 damage.
Welcome to waking up, Mr. Buller.
Okay, so how would you describe killing it with your 2 shots as you double tapped the bullet?
I think in both eyes. Well, so there's one that's not a critical hit, so maybe it goes through the nose, and the next one goes through the eye.
Okay, so we're over to Bradshaw, and there is a dead weight on you.
Not helping the situation there, Trellin. Can I use my athletics to lift up and pull Tenty out?
Sure, give me an athletics roll.
Okay. Use my strength, of course, for obvious reasons. Okay. Oh, so got to use dice out. Am I done? That's a 21.
Okay, so your hands are pinned. Your legs are
Plowman,
pinned.
I need your help. I want to get Tenny out of here.
And you're struggling to talk and breathe because you've got a dead weight on you.
Sorry, you could take this. Help! Tenty! That's all I say.
Plummet.
Yeah, Plummet's going to do his best to free Tenty.
Roll the dice for you.
Yeah, please. So it's going to be... What is it the barbarians go? Barbarians only get advantage on that when they're raged, don't they?
I believe so. Is he angry?
Cool. So, no. Hang on, wait. Can you describe how Tenty is currently?
You cannot see Tenty at all. Tenty is completely covered by the creature.
Okay, do I have a rough idea of where Tenty is?
You do?
Alright, so
Well,
I'm going to use this glaive to stab under the whatever the beastie is, preferably in an area that is not going to stab Tenty, and then use the glaive to move, attempt to lever the beastie off Tenty.
Okay.
That's kind of hard, kids.
Okay, I'll level the dice for you.
Yeah, back to 5, Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be 16 at the least.
Okay, so we using the glaive as leverage, trying to get under the bullet. You seem to feel your glaive straining, but it doesn't seem to move.
I mean, cool. I was kind of hoping the glaive would snap and explode, but, you know, I'll...
You didn't
I mean,
critically.
But then you wouldn't know how to fight Dimitri anymore.
A flame tongue longsword and hope it explodes, but
Jesus.
Okay, so over to
Maybe
Dimitri.
try and help Simon, yeah?
As you're looking at this through that screen, you realise that there's a keyboard there and you can type a message to Plummet.
I hate this so much.
No, that's right. Dimitri worked on the idea that any message that Plummet received right now would just confuse him.
You do realise that he is a replication of Plummet, not actually Plummet.
Exactly, but he's certainly been acting like Plummet for the last while, and so if Dimitri gets a message that suddenly he received right in his eye or something like that, that's just going to slow Plummet down in his actions. And even if he's not doing the ideal recovery technique, he's just likely to slow down when Dimitri tells him how to do it.
Dimitri's just channeling like his inner whatever that crappy professor is from Hogwarts and like, it's a shame I'm not there. I knew the perfect counter curse to get that thing off there.
Okay, so that brings us to Trollin.
So I'll run in and try to. So there's a problem in that I've only got 10 strength.
Mm-hmm.
But is there a way that I can, like, half explode the flame tongue with the flame tongue longsword?
Well, if you've got cut in half.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So we'll see how good you are.
Away from Plum and the team.
Okay, give me an attack.
Sorry about Plum, just don't hurt Tenty.
Okay.
I feel like they could have just trusted with Bradshaw right now, like Tenty this, Tenty that. I mean, I started it too, so.
But it's also the fact that technically I can see Bradshaw. If they hit him, you know they'll aim him.
Yeah, thanks to me. Good concentration. Stay back in your ship where you don't get to do anything. Yeah.
So I got a 16 and a 19.
Okay, so yes, you have no problems carving into it.
Alright. And then I'll try and drag the third of it away.
Even cutting it into chunks, each chunk is heavy.
Okay.
You're thinking altogether it's probably about 2 to 3 ton?
Right. Well,
And
hopefully the weapons master and the legend can achieve something.
Okay, so Bradshaw, your feet are a little hot.
Oh! I say after you cut through it.
And you realise you still can't breathe because you're completely smothered by a dead creature.
I mumble. Okay, is that better?
That's been shot.
I'll try to lift it up. Try to lift myself out of there first.
You see dead things. Okay, give me a roll.
Just normal roll, no disadvantage or anything.
No disadvantage. Athletics.
Athletics, 25.
Okay, you manage to roll off this carcass off the side of you, realizing it's being cut up quite severely, and that the cut went right along where your feet were.
Okay. Do I see any sign of tenty that I've rolled, the half I rolled off me?
There is no sign of tenting. And that is your action. Plum.
Can I use the action surge to see if I can lift the other half from tenting?
Sure, but have you rested since you last used it?
Oh, good point. Okay, yeah, no. Oh, wouldn't you go ahead, Plum, your turn.
And David, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
We're up to you.
All right, so Plumman looks to Bradshaw, who has now freed himself, and says, punch me. He also rages and then has a good old crack at trying to free Kenty.
Can I use a reaction to punch him?
No, you don't need to do it now, you just need to do it in your turn. That's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, it means he can't hold on to his rage, so yeah. Do you want to roll a dice for your athletics? Or
yeah, please.
Yep.
He gets it with advantage now that he's raging.
Okay.
That's correct, isn't it, David?
You got a
That's
50.
what I'm pretty sure I'm almost where I need to be so I can recover my character sheet.
Yep, you got 15 on the dice there, David.
Was that with
Sorry?
advantage, Mark?
Yeah, that's with advantage. You got 9 on the first roll, 15 on the second.
Yeah, okay, so it's going to be a lot. Like, yeah, my athletics check is a lot. But we're at the very least, we're going to be looking at 25. It's probably going to be more than that, though.
Okay, so yes, you managed to roll the chunk off Tenty. Tenty does not seem to be moving.
And he says, wait, don't punch me.
At this point, Dimitri reaches the top of the
Plumman
list.
says, Plumman says, if one of you doesn't
Apparently, Plumman has stopped with if one of you doesn't.
Oh, sorry. Everything is bad at the moment because Melbourne is dead. Plumman says, if one of you doesn't bring her back to life, I'm going to kill every single one of you.
But surely we have to rejoin civilization, and therefore the hive mind will infect her, and she
That's a
will
lot of
become
talking
evil.
for somebody who's about to die.
Well,
All right.
Plumman stuck to see a message in Ethagarian appear across his vision saying, get Krellin to give an injection.
Okay.
He looks at Trellin and points to Tenty. Give her an injection, now. Or I will give you an injection with my glaive.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain Krellin got some of the health injections.
Yeah, I haven't used any before.
Yeah.
Look, you need to do it in your turn, Trellin, because I'm about to do mouth-to-mouth on a wine flag. Just put it out.
I will give Trellin a medical check before he needs to do anything.
Oh, that's not good.
It'll be perfectly safe for Bradshaw to give mouth-to-mouth to a mind player.
It's probably intelligence.
Or wisdom, your choice.
I'll get +3 for wisdom. Do that. 16.
From Trell's perspective, it looks as if Tenty has been crushed by the bullet.
Oh.
And considering it was on her for long enough to smother her if she survived the initial crushing. Up to you if you wish to continue injecting it.
I'll keep going.
Okay, so there is you inject the Tenty, and we move on to Bradshaw.
If I see no response, I'm going for mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. So it'll be a medicine check with that, right?
It would be a medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah. If you pass, you realise that their mouth is quite a bit bigger than yours. You can spread over a wider area.
No, but we're not thinking about things which are doing stuff here. I've got 3. Okay. So.
How much did you get in your medicine check?
Not good. 7.
7. Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Darling Tenty, I say loud. Tenty!
And before you know it, you realise that your mistake, as you've managed to have the Tenty's mouth attached to your face.
Is that good?
No.
Who can tell?
Well, that might be good. It implies that Tenty's alive enough to require sustenance. Unfortunately, she's got the Bradshaw.
Though they do have, a lot of them are known to have stingers in their tentacles to help them latch onto things. And that's not a conscious need to do.
Right.
Reflective action.
But it may improve his intelligence.
I feel my intelligence. Thank you there. Troll, thank you.
Yeah. It can last its mind meld.
That's it. We're replacing Tenty. Sorry, we're replacing Bradshaw with Tenty.
Looks like a roll into character, baby. Child mind flow. Yeah.
Who has memories of Bradshaw?
That could be really bad. I'm not going to think about it right now. I wish you'd know David. Yeah.
Well,
That would count for the hive mind.
presumably it'll be a lizard in the body of a dwarf.
Yep.
I'll let the DM go with this one. I'll keep it out.
Okay, so Plumman, you're looking on. It seems that Bradshaw's trying to do mouth-to-mouth with the illithid.
And more importantly, it looked like Tenty's responded.
Plumman gets a great glimmer of hope.
Okay, so it is now Trellan's turn. As Dimitri reaches the shaft going up to the top level, though this one has no power to it.
So, is there any other healing available?
Yes, your blood could potentially heal him.
No.
Okay. Hi, Martin. You're saying so where's Dimitri got to now?
He has gotten to one of the shafts that go all the way up.
Yep.
But this one doesn't have power to it.
Yeah, so but if you were in the shaft effectively to the scale, you can have power to get up to the terrace of the garden. Is that right?
Yep, the platform you came on went up to the terrace of the garden, and at that spot
So it won't go any further.
it won't go any further.
I will then jump off the platform and head around to the eastern platform, which I'm pretty sure probably head down.
You came down the northern one.
Did we? Okay. In which
The
case
eastern
then,
one was also working, but the northern one was the one you used.
the eastern one was working.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So in which case then, yeah, he'll go for the eastern one. And okay, invisible, moving stealthily, and heading for that platform.
Okay. So I can also remind you that you did know where they sent the specimens they were going to destroy, because that's where you found Bradshaw.
Yeah, that was also on the top floor, wasn't it?
No, that was not on the top floor. That was, I believe, on the floor of the jungle.
Oh, like in the cargo hold area underneath the terrace.
In the northern area.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. Well, yeah, okay, that's probably quicker then. Yep, we'll keep going. We'll keep going around to the north then, and head for.
Take the slope down. Oh no, not the slope down. Take the lift down.
He'll be able to take the quicker route if like whichever way that was going up or down. I can't remember off the top of the head. Because my picture was actually, if we got to the terrace level, wasn't that the one that actually we walked all the way around effectively?
So this is the terrace level.
Yeah.
And so this is the lift that you came up and down previously. This is the one where you could potentially go up.
Yep.
But the level was down here below it.
Yep.
And just north of the doorway was the area where you found Bradshaw.
Okay. Since he's already on the terrace level, he'll go round the terrace to the north side, to the northern lift, and then go down the lift to get to the expectant area.
Yep.
On the idea that he knows that path, whereas if he went down into the garden level or the under terrace level of the garden, I don't know that he covered all that area from the south to the north. Thank you. He's already there. Yep, that'll be the fast way to go.
Okay, so that brings us to Trellin. What does Martin, who's currently on mute, want to do to bring the Illithid back to life?
I'm not sure. Are there any suggestions?
Add some puppet strings and pretend.
I've got a suggestion. That's what you get from me.
All right. Well, I'll
obviously it's a light sucking Bradshaw's face. Obviously the injection worked because it's sucking Bradshaw's face.
Well, how about the nose as well?
The creature does not have a nose.
No. How about Bradshaw's nose? Is it over that as well?
I expect it covers effectively the whole face, half his head.
Yeah, technically, you have to stick his face inside the tentacles to do mouth to mouth.
Okay.
It's like going through the egg sac for an alien and taking the pod and sticking it over your own face.
Alright. I will try to roll a third of the bullet off Bradshaw in order
Bradshaw's clear with the bullet.
Alright, I'll pull the tenty off Bradshaw.
Okay, athletics check.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so there is this snapping sound as you pull.
That's not good.
Nothing
You
seems
didn't
to
put
be
it right arm, did you?
Kind of good for Bradshaw, but not as good for Tenty.
So, Bradshaw, how are you enjoying your mouth-to-mouth?
Do I feel any response at all?
You feel the twitch. Of course, that may just be Trellin trying to yank the body off you.
Can I?
But it's a twitch of light. Give a thumbs up to cut you all good.
Give me a medicine check to see if you can interpret what that means.
Okay, I'll just a normal d20.
Yep.
Oh, 15 means I know, do I?
You believe she's dead and stuck to your face.
I start trying to pull the tentacles off me if I can.
Okay, so that will give you an athletics check on that one.
Oh, good.
And I'll poise to run away from Blarman.
26, Mum. I was expecting one.
Okay, so yes, you have no problems disengaging yourself from Tenty, who now looks like Tenty has a partial beard hanging from her face.
I've lost my beard.
No, just parts of it.
I look shocked, look at Clown and go, I tried.
And what does Plumman do in response?
Plumman looks at Tenty, looks at his idiot party members. Sighs, reaches down. Did Tenty have anything on her?
She currently has Bradshaw's beers and previously had a boulet on her.
I think she had also collected her teddy bear and a few other bits and pieces.
Yeah. Blumman's going to take one of her small teddy bears, put it in a pouch, and...
It's a bit heavier than you expected.
What? Why is the teddy bear heavy?
As you wonder that, you see the teddy bear become insubstantial to your eyes, and you can see inside it a mechanical blaster with specifications of how many shots left, how to utilize it to the best advantage.
Plumman points it at Trellin.
Yep. you point the teddy bear at Trellin.
He was just evil.
Plumman starts to go through the rest of Tenty's possessions.
All of her bears have technology stuffed inside them.
Plumman starts poking at Tenty.
She does not seem to have any technology inside her. Dimitri, at this point, Dimitri does reach the disposal area.
Mm-hmm.
And as you make it in, you see a tube with a naked Plumman standing inside it, appearing frozen in shock look of "I've lost a battle" look.
That seems unlikely. It's an illusion. It's a trap.
And you see one coming out of the disposal chamber, smoking, and it seems to match what you remember the halfling number used to say before time changed.
A halfling number?
Because
And,
you previously rescued a halfling before time had been rearranged.
as in, while we're on the ship?
While you're on the ship, the halfling you remember rescuing with Bradshaw before time was
Right, sorry.
switched
Yes,
around.
right, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I was confused because I was thinking, well, as a player, I know, yes, we rescued a halfling, and then it was handwave disappeared, but okay, it involved effectively a time adjustment.
Yes, because
that makes sense.
you remember freeing Bradshaw and the halfling, and you remember freeing Bradshaw with the same memory.
Yeah. Well, okay, the intent is to jump onto the system and see if you can cancel any termination orders.
Well, you know you can eject him from the stasis pod. You're not sure you have the ability to change the termination.
Yeah. Well, first attempt will be to put in a general cancellation of termination orders. Next round, if that failed, he'll try and he'll aim to eject Klarman. Well, actually, he'll aim to eject. Oh, I don't want to eject everything.
Okay, so while you're trying to put a general cancellation order in, give me a engineering check with disadvantage.
Doesn't make much difference. It was a 4 and a 5, so that makes 15.
Okay, so you see, it seems to have accepted whatever order you put in there. You're sure you used the word for cancellation?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I will, being part of that, I will continue trying to examine the system and take a look, see if I can get an idea of what sort of specimens are in there, and yeah.
Okay, so while you're looking, you see...
which might give you a chance to find that, hang on, yeah, that one's one less.
Well, as you're looking at the system, you're seeing tube after tube after tube enter the room.
Tube after tube entering the room?
Yep. Apparently, all the specimens are being sent to this chamber.
I will take another look and see if I can delay the last order and modify it to keep the chambers where they were. Because I would like to get a bit crowded in here.
Okay, give me another engineering check with disadvantage.
Oh, it's not a bit better. 12 gives me 23.
Okay, so you believe you suspended the command, you're not sure for how long.
Okay. Well,
but you do see that at least 100 specimens have been cancelled.
Okay. Are they being brought in by robots or some sort of conveyor belt or?
They come out on what's like a conveyor belt, hanging from the roof.
Are they being collected by robots or are they being conveyed to a location or something?
Conveyed to a far room which is still smoking from when the halfling was cancelled.
Okay.
And you can see Larman is in the front of the line.
So, okay. Let's go for, can I recognise, can I see a chain or belt or something like that might be destroyed? If I destroy it, to actually stop that sort of transport?
You can
obviously look for the most efficient method of ensuring that things can't be transported into the room any further, while not necessarily destroying everything.
Well, you do think that one of your weapons may damage it that you picked up on the ship. If you can reshape the groove that they seem to be moving along. You do notice that it's like a spider web of grooves up there, so cancel one and they might move to another one.
Okay. Maybe I can effectively put a line across the effectively create a new groove that goes perpendicular to all the other ones and stop getting traffic through them. So, but yeah, I will attempt to stop the mechanism and all the system that will allow that sort of action.
Okay, so
he doesn't want to destroy everything, he wants to do as little as possible.
So you pull out the laser weapon because you know that's the one that does a beam instead of a blast. And you get to make an attack roll using dexterity.
Okay. Disadvantage,
not really, because you're trained enough to know how to point
I've
a
been
clip.
practicing with them.
Yes, you have.
A 19 on the die probably will make it worthwhile. And what have I got? Won't be proficiency, so therefore it'll just be dex. So 24 straight dex without any other modifiers.
Okay, so cutting the line across the roof, so stopping the item, the canisters reaching the disposal chamber. You managed to cut down 3 of them doing so. Because, hey, you want to get in front of the ones going to the disposal.
Yep.
And there's a clang as most of those hit the ground. And then you notice that as the other ones reach the groove, they fall off the roof and hit the ground as well.
Did they all stop though? Like the mechanism at least stopped them momentarily?
It stopped sending more in, except for those that had already been cancelled.
Okay, right. And when they drop, does it make any obvious effect on the contents of them?
You do see sparks coming off the chambers.
Okay.
So maybe they will deactivate on their own, or maybe they will partially deactivate.
Hello, there we go.
How are you? What can I do you for?
You might want to mute David.
Yeah. Air on. What's making noise?
Yes, so yes, moving on as Plum's currently busy.
Yep. Okay, so just seeing if Dimitri's got an easy way of creating a soft landing for them, but I suspect it won't matter too much after the first few, so they won't fall very fast after the first few go down.
Well, this ceiling does go up 40 feet, and
okay, yep.
And you do notice that the actually, I think it's 60 feet, and that the cylinders range between 5 feet and 20 feet in height.
Okay. Ajax is going to do it.
But hey, Plum was one of the first to fall.
Yeah. How often are they falling?
Probably about one every minute or two.
Okay. I will do a quick ritual, like 1 minute ritual, of Texas floating disc to hover underneath the containers as they fall and aim to catch them. So.
And shovel it to a new spot.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, you can move it around and depending on how heavy they are, I think the tanks can do at least a couple thousand pounds off the top of my head. But obviously if they're falling about every minute or so, that means that actually gives you time to bring it down and potentially get a new one without losing too many of them at a time. So if that becomes necessary.
You managed to get through about 10 of them before they stopped coming. The rest of them seem to have got themselves into a traffic jam.
Not surprising. Okay, well that obviously keeps Dimitri busy for 10 to 15 minutes or so.
whereas the others outside, I believe, were spending time looking at... Now that you believe Tenti has passed away, what do you do?
Well, I don't murder everyone.
I mean, I can retreat 90 feet just in case Plarman decides to murder everyone.
Nah, look, no one gets murdered for now.
Harmon realised that technically he's the one that stabbed Penty first.
He was the first blood on Tenti.
No, no one else is dying today for the moment.
Straight back to the people inside the ship.
So, does Plarman say anything over the body of Tenti?
Plarman picks up the body of Tenti, finds some rags, wraps her up, and some, like, if there's any cloth around or anything that can be substituted, wraps her up and places her in the most discreet corner he can find and says, "I'm sorry, little one. I tried."
The amusing thing, of course, is that Dimitri might actually be able to save Tenti, i.e. bring her out of stasis. Of course, Dick can be a real mind player too.
Okay, so what does Bradshaw and Trellin do?
I also go over to Tenti and while he's wrapped up, put it down saying, "I tried little one." And then I do ask Plowman if I can have one of the bears just to remember us. Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Then I find out Plowman's very persistent. And
It was your responsibility to look after her. What are you saying? You should get something.
excuse me, you're in the ship, so you're leaving us alone. So we have no recollection of this memory, unless a certain fluff decides to do it. Well, go.
No, I think it was actually Penty that passed on the verbal or the mental images before.
No, it was the Flump who passed it on that at the end there.
Okay.
I'm just going, where's Dimitri now? And that's all I say.
So you get a picture in your head of Dimitri and falling bits of metal.
And do I know by now this is fluff doing these images? Will I be smart enough to know that?
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Let's get the neutral dot. That is 12.
12. You have some idea it's the Flump doing it.
I did. Does he need our help? I asked Fluff. I just say that out loud. So.
You get a feeling of uncertainty.
Okay. He'll call that if he needs help. I get it.
Okay, what about Trellin? What does Trellin do?
I'm going to head off and do some sort of scouting.
Okay. As you move off, you see that there are many footprints leading away from the crashed starship that weren't there when you came in.
Okay. I'll follow a few of them.
A set of them resemble Bradshaw's feet, including the boots he's wearing.
I don't think that would be fruitful. Because that would just lead around to the entrance to the spaceship.
These footprints are less than an hour old.
Alright.
So after you entered the starship, but before you left.
Anyway,
Hey, maybe it's another doppelganger.
maybe. Is there anything less complicated than that?
Yes, you can see Bradshaw bickering with Plum about trying to get a teddy bear and looking dejected. And then pondering whether or not Dimitri needs help or not. With you wondering how you're going to get the door open now that it's shut to help him if he does need help.
That's right.
Well, I'll ask Bradshaw and Plum if they could help me.
I'd like you to kill things and crush little girls.
Well, I gave her 2 doses of that injection, and it was.
No, Bradshaw, look, he might be an idiot, but he's not an asshole. He tried, but he just failed.
Okay.
Okay. Still like the people who are supposed to look after her.
Excuse me, person not in the room right now.
So, moving back to Dimitri while Bradshaw is pondering life, the universe, and everything.
And fluffs. Yeah.
So, what does Dimitri do now that he's stopped the mass extinction of specimens?
Okay.
Genocide.
Working on the idea, well, really genocide because they're all different. So worked on the idea that, hey, the immediate threat is Park. He's going to effectively try and spend some time on the system to work out what he's done, what needs to be done to stop things attempting to start again, and so forth. So I'm expecting it will take some time to work through some of that information.
Well, you realise you've activated all the ship systems.
Okay.
And that you had kicked off a mass cancellation of acquiring of subjects.
Okay, so they're no longer out looking for new ones.
And no longer wanting to keep ones they've already collected.
Okay. Well, except the intent will be to try and stop termination of the current specimen, even if it's just effectively delay that order for until further notice. But if you can't actively cancel it or stop it, you'll try and put in a delay for as long as possible.
Well, looking at it, there is a note on the system notifying that the termination chamber seems to be currently offline.
Okay. That'll make it easier for them to not do anything, not terminate anymore, at least.
Seems to only have one termination room.
Okay. Is there evidence of maintenance box on the way?
There are no evidence of maintenance bots on the way because you don't think that they know what's wrong.
Okay.
Just that the path to the chamber has been noted down as unreachable.
But unreachable by automated systems, implying that it's also unreachable by the bot?
You don't believe the bots actually interact with the specimen chambers?
Okay.
But it does note down that at the end of your command to hold actions that in belaying the termination, they're going to do a mass ejection through the cargo port.
Well, he will take the time to try and prevent that order going forward, saying, no, just leave everything as it is. Take no further action until further notice. Do not move anything, do not kill anything, do not collect anything. In fact, you can shut down systems that are related to collection and or ejection, maintain power on the stasis systems, and maintain life support, but otherwise.
Tapping on the console, you figure out that it has responded to your commands to saying that all systems will be online in approximately 10 minutes.
Okay. We will go up the ramp to the elevator again to get back up to level 1 so we can get to the main control room.
Is he going to release Plarman first? Because some of these chambers may intermittently release things, and he may be killed in the process.
Yeah, but I mean, he's fine outside. He's much more controllable at the moment.
Let's free him.
Okay, looking at the ones that, like Plarman and the other 10 or so specimens that have been dropped off, did he recognise any of those?
He recognises most of the people he spoke to in the fort.
Right. Okay, yeah, we'll free Plarman for the time being. Then aim to get up there. Okay, so what's Plarman's last memory?
Plarman's last memory was fighting one of these metallic creatures and being defeated in combat. Much to his annoyance.
No, that must be an error.
Of course, the Plarman outside has no memory of this, but the Plarman inside does.
Okay, that was the other reason I was happy to leave him in stasis. He was happily believing he was indomitable. Okay. Dimitri will take a few minutes in solicitation to look after Plarman and confirm that, hey, you're all good, you're all right, good, that's great. Follow me. We've got work to do. He's still naked at the moment, is he?
Yep.
Yep. And don't touch anything.
Shut up.
Though you do see the round marks around the head where they did the mine probe.
Okay, well, so I'm going to be quite good to cut off. Did you actually follow Dimitri?
I don't know. Ask Martin.
This is actually the real Plarman inside. What does the real Plarman want to do?
Yeah, no, he's good. He's very quiet though.
Yep. Okay. Dimitri will then lead him back up the ramp to the lift.
Yep.
And if Plarman expresses interest, i.e., beyond his confusion type stuff, in where is he, what's happening, things like that, Dimitri will launch into a long and complicated explanation.
Yeah, you get briefly into it, and he says, "Shut up. It doesn't matter."
And then go back up to the upper level, and he's going to go through I think it was the control center was through the security sector, wasn't it? So yep, so you'll flash the red and or grey card, and then the grey card to get into the main control area.
Yes, you find yourself in there and you see that, unlike before, there's now hundreds of screens and consoles here.
Okay.
Power.
You
You can see that they have one of the pictures shows Plumman, Trellin, and Bradshaw standing outside the spaceship.
Yep, over a dead body.
Well, no, a dead body off to the side.
Body. Okay.
And the segmented bullet.
Yeah. If Plumman notices the image and notices himself standing out there with the others, Dimitri will say, yep, I tried to explain, we'll do it later, busy now. And he's also looking at one of the looking at the display to see if there's an indication of the power levels again. Like before, when he looked at the power and realised that, yeah, based on the current usage, there was 100 years or so. What's it currently saying now for current usage?
Well, it says the emergency supply is at critical levels. Probably going to last, from what you calculate, another 10 minutes.
Let's get out of here.
Dimitri will aim to be shutting down. He'll basically try and send the command through to shut down all systems except for stasis and life support.
Okay, give me a engineering roll with advantage. Using the main control center does make a difference.
Yeah. Yep. 16, 27.
Okay, so you seem to be able to disable most of the systems and shut them back down again. At which point you see the screen showing Plumman collapse. The Plumman outside just shuts down.
Oh, okay.
You okay,
He's
Plumman?
not concerned about the simulacrum, Plumman. He's concerned about the simulacrums of Karameikos and all the rest of them up there.
You think you just shut them all down?
We will hopefully deal with that later. Okay, yeah, well, okay, so Dimitri's just basically, yeah, he's working on that. I don't know if Plumman has noticed the image of the outside or whether he's concerned about himself collapsing outside, or of course what the others do when Plumman collapses.
No, I don't care anymore.
What?
He got defeated, he's a bit depressed. Not something to be too worried about right now.
So yes, you notice that all the lighting on the ship's also turned off.
Yep.
The only thing still running is the oxygenation of the ship and the status chambers.
Yeah. Okay. Does it show what the energy, how long the energy will last for on these levels?
You probably have enough power here to last for quite a long time, more than your lifetime. But you've only got maybe a year before it reduces to a level that if it powers up again, it will drain it completely.
Yeah.
If you can start it up before then and power up the engines, then it will recharge itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So from the control center now, is Dimitri able to send power to the small door we originally came in on to allow it to be opened and shut?
Unfortunately, no. That system's currently offline due to shutting everything else down.
Yeah, but the exact thing though that Dimitri will attempt to, like, I can't remember whether or not we'd looked at this before or not, but
Currently,
yeah,
you
whether or
only
not-
see a control panel that deals with oxygenation and with the status chambers. Everything else has sunken into the floor.
Okay. Well,
Hey, you did do a successful shutdown.
yeah, no, that comes down. Dimitri will attempt to do effectively do the workings to activate the controls on the doors, with the intent of actually trying to make the small door the only access point in and out.
Okay. So, as you do so, give me an engineering roll. You don't have advantage or disadvantage.
Okay. 27.
Okay, so you managed to bring up a console relating to the exits and managed to provide power to that one. It does say that it is missing a couple of gears.
Technically, there was a service robot actually trying to repair that when we left, wasn't there?
There was.
Okay.
You're not sure how far it went before you sent the shutdown order.
Yeah, no, happy with that. Looking at systems, do they, well, will the doors, like the internal doors, work at the moment?
They will basically work, yes, but not sure for how long. They will have a reserve of power.
Yeah, okay. It's great. If there's sense of Dimitri will try and see if you can provide power to the internal doors on the first level.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore that's not access, but again can hopefully be minimal power drain on the fact that they won't get used very much. And then look to lead Harman back down to the southern door through the darkness and to the airlock area to then examine what gap the door we got at the present time and whether it's repairable for. Okay.
Okay, so it takes you about 10 minutes to walk there, and you see there's a repair robot there with a implement sticking out, pointing at the door.
Okay.
There is a panel open on the door. You're not sure if it's finished or in progress.
Okay. Dimitri will see if he can work out what the current gap is and
Okay, so that
whether
would
or not
be
something that
an engineering with disadvantage.
Yeah. 920.
Okay, so looking at it, you think it's only missing one of the gemstone cogs that you've collected.
Marvelous. We'll try and insert the missing part and then attempt to activate the door.
Okay, it seems to open and you can see the others staring at Plumman. So, while you're doing that, Trellin and Bradshaw just see Plum collapse.
I go over. Poke. You okay? Hello. What's going on?
He's not breathing. He's not moving.
What did you do, Trellin? First thing I say. You don't want to admit to this one?
I didn't do anything, but I'm happy
Obviously, the
to.
real reason you want to check you alive is because they were constantly connected.
I check for a pulse with a medicine check.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
That's a 5. He's still alive, I say.
It's black, Jim, but not if we know it.
I
Now-
can use the healer's kit to
Trellin
stabilise him.
notices that Bradshaw was checking his own pulse while holding Plumman's arm.
Alright, well, I can stabilise him if that's required.
Okay.
Please. I'm trying to shake him to wake him up. It doesn't see if it worked.
He does not seem to stir. He does not breathe.
You're too young to die, I say loud. I leave it
I can
to
do mouth to mouth.
No. I feel like that I shouldn't do mouth to mouth the second time based on the first attempt. So I'm going to hold off on that one. So.
The thing I found most amusing about giving mouth to a lizard is the fact that the concept of mouth to mouth was not something with next to part of medicine at this time.
I'm not trained in medicine, so don't ask me to explain this one.
Oh, hey, and there was a reason he didn't do it correctly.
Indeed.
And while you're doing this, you see Dimitri and Plum exit from the door up above.
I just give the most confused look of all time, go, look back and forwards.
And the Plum you see is stark naked in the sunlight.
What?
Without saying a word, Plum takes the copy, takes all of the copy's gear, all of his weapons, all of his clothes, and starts putting it on himself.
But
Shut up, he was copy. He's not very good.
oh,
Yes.
okay. Look at Dimitri for an explanation. A bit more.
You shouldn't overthink it too much, friend.
So he was with me.
Really explain it carefully.
Hang on. Did I get told about the doppelganger that took over me at all by the rest of the party or not?
Yes, you did.
Probably. There's no reason why you would not.
How do we know you are not a...
It was an opportunity for Dimitri to talk about how stupid Bradshaw was going off like top again.
No, I just go straight to Plow and going, do you like Dimitri?
There was also the comment of that the doppelganger was ashamed to have been defeated because it seemed better than Bradshaw that Dimitri had stated.
That guy.
I still have to ask the question, do you like Dimitri?
No, he's asshole.
Hey, he's the real plowman, I say. That's all Bradshaw needed to prove. It was right. Welcome back, friend.
Shut up.
Yep, that's plowman.
Okay, so yes, you have regained your gear.
So, what were you doing up there, Dimitri? Were you finding the real plowman, or what else did you do?
Yeah, just came in the world as normal.
And
I'm now. However, it will be quite quiet back at the Baron Uther's castle.
okay.
It'll probably, in fact, actually, Dimitri will project that the body, we probably should pop it back inside the ship.
Was she a copy?
Okay.
Was
Can we take Plum?
Flump's still there.
Yeah, Flump. I would expect that Flump would have already disappeared immediately off to her own plane, but or its own plane.
yeah. So what I was asking was Tenty a copy? I was asking Dimitri.
We'll find out.
Okay, I'll pick up the wrapped Tenty and put her in the ship, and then walk back.
Though I believe
Okay.
that Dimitri was referring to the naked, non-moving Plowman.
Exactly. But hey, how can we intensity go back there as well? So,
Okay, I'll pick up the. Oh, how heavy is That would be quite heavy, so I'll struggle to, fireman carry Plowman back to the
I
ship.
wouldn't bother, my friend. He's just cheap, crappy copy.
Okay.
yeah, but you don't want someone else to get hold of it and claim you're dead.
People can think I'm dead. Doesn't stop me from,
I mean, it gets complicated when you have to come back from the dead.
It's fine.
Oh. But,
I listen to the Plowman and just drop it right there.
Okay.
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 And as you do so, the head seems to be staring directly up at you.
I turn it over to make it directed to the thing. Or close the eyelid. So one of the two.
Okay, so as you turn it over, you hear this cracking noise.
just leave it alone. Dimitri's sitting down and doing another ritual for Texas floating disc.
No, that's real. Anything below 5, I was going to trip over Plum at the same time, but I rolled 11, so that's okay.
And he'll roll the body onto the disc and then take it back and put it inside the ship himself.
So that's almost now Tensor's floating coffin.
Yes. It's always nice to have a blast off.
So we now head back to the castle, is that correct? Nothing else to do here?
Well, the castle will be a worthy place of refuge initially, but as I say, it will be quite quiet there. We might have to do a bit of maintenance to ensure people or the bodies are at least comfortable, and does Dimitri notice, or does Sean mention the fact that there were apparently others got out of the ship while we were inside?
If he mentioned it to me, I would have mentioned it, but I'm not sure if he did or not, so I would have to.
So Martin, did you speak up to Dimitri about those tracks you found?
Yes.
So yes, Trellin does tell Dimitri.
Okay. In which case then I will mention that we might have to spend a bit of time at the castle to try and track down all the escapees. As Trellin mentioned that one of the tracks appeared to be Bradshaw.
Yep.
So Dimitri will be in the mind of, hey, we've got to try and track them down or at least make an effort. For the time being, let's get back to the castle and have a rest.
Okay, so an hour away from the door, you come across the slumped form of Bradshaw in the middle of the. Looks as if it just fell over walking.
Uh-huh.
What does Bradshaw have on Bradshaw? Well, Bradshaw asked what. Just check. Sorry, I'm thinking of two different people here. What does Bradshaw see on the false Bradshaw?
Well, his beard's better.
I feel like I want to kick this Bradshaw on the head, but I won't. Anything else, Martin?
He has a axe. His clothing all seems to be in good repair.
I'll look at the axe. Is there anything special about the axe?
It's metal.
You do not need this. You're a disgrace to the Bradshaw clan, which I've got the name right now off the top of my head. I do, so try to
You
replicate.
do realise you're talking about yourself,
Yes, I know. I'm talking to myself who's dead. So yes,
and you recognise you're a disgrace for the clan.
I said my dead copy is a disgrace to the clan. I didn't say I was. It's two different ways you look at this, Dimitri. So
Yeah, the right way
So yeah,
and the different way.
has Dimitri said anything about the holes they found on Plowman's head or anything like that, or not really? Like to determine who's a copy and who isn't, or
Well, Dimitri, except when Bradshaw asked what happened, can you explain? Dimitri gave a long and detailed explanation.
okay, that's a dice roll. That one.
But Bradshaw didn't hear anything.
Well, I kind of might have skipped over that. Sorry, under 10.
I would have thought under 30 would skip over, wasn't it?
No, I was going for like 12. I thought I'll give you a bit of an advantage there. Okay.
It wasn't Dimitri. He doesn't expect you to listen.
I kick the dead Bradshaw and just pick up the axe and just walk away. So
Okay.
Remember, if the body's found, it'll make it complicated for you. I would recommend that you get back to the castle with it.
okay, I'm sure Bradshaw's fireman carrying the other Bradshaw.
So you pick yourself up.
I pick myself up. I think that's a pretty good pickup line.
and you put on the armor.
No, I've already got armor on it. I don't have it or not.
You haven't put on your own gear. Drizzle has all your gear at the moment.
Okay. Well, if Drizzle's got my gear, I know Drizzle's got my gear, and I'll just finally carry Bradshaw after picking him up and saying, "Oh, you're a good Bradshaw," and that's my joke for the day. And I'll carry back the
One
car.
that could be great for the clan.
Yeah.
Well, at least there were no jokes about being beside yourself.
Oh, look, that hasn't started. I'm going to think a few before we get to the castle.
And by the time you get to sunset, you make it across the valley to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we saw more than one track. Didn't Trellin say you saw more than one track? Is that right?
He did, and as you reach the castle, it looks as if some sort of battle had been underway when everything fell over.
Okay.
You can see about 5 ploughmen there, 2 Bradshaws, a couple of halflings.
Oh. I'm thinking humans. I need 2 Bradshaws to use. That means Bradshaws are doing better than Plowman. Just thinking in my head, not saying out loud to Plowman. Otherwise, I might get upset. So, but I'm going, do we have a cart to carry all these other ones? So I'm assuming we're going to have to get rid of all of them. I'm talking to Dimitri and Russell if we've got anything that can help us out.
Well, I mean, I don't know about. I think Bradshaw's got a horse that would be lent from Plowman.
Or do we just want to put them in the bonfire and burn them all? What's your thought, everyone?
Burn them.
Burn them? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put them
I wouldn't recommend it.
Why?
What do you recommend, Dimitri?
Yes.
Just take them all to the castle, put them all in there, and we will aim to leave it in a neat state, because I'm sure Rheddrian will be very interested to hear the report that what was provided, and he may have some recommendations or preferences for what to do with the simulacrum.
But how are we going to...
If you are happy to have a stinky corp-ridden spaceship, that's fine.
Well, it's not the spaceship, but I don't think it's the castle that we're going to leave all the extra dead bodies. But Dimitri's pretty confident they won't really decay.
I look at Dimitri with a look of, do you realise that we cannot carry all these people by ourselves? We've got something to put them in? Because I believe we haven't found our horses yet or anything like that, that's what I thought.
We've got a flying carpet, so we can...
But the horses were out the front of the spaceship.
Yep.
And if we reach the end of the valley, that's the castle right there. But they were defending from the beach.
Okay, cool. As long as it's not too far. I'm just probably worried about carrying all these. How many Bradshaws you can carry in one?
We can just put them on the flying carpet.
I'm carrying one Bradshaw each shoulder and struggling to carry them to the castle there. Then I'll come back and pick any other unit. I'll go back and forth and pick up bodies and put them in a pile. So.
Okay, so yes, you start piling Bradshaws up by the castle.
Bradshaw's in one pile, Plowman's the other one, Halfling's in the other one.
Were there any other creatures that were the people were actually combating at the time, or were they fighting each other?
They were fighting
Plowman and Bradshaw.
They were fighting Plowman, Bradshaw, and a couple of weird creatures.
Okay. Were there any evidence of Baranutha's personnel also amongst the collection, or was it
the Baron in the castle?
Well, like it worked on the idea that battle was occurring quite close to the castle. Whether or not the Baron's men were actually defending the castle at this point, or when they went out to help. If they're not there, that's certainly fine too.
They were defending the castle against the dwarves and the Ethingarians who were all riding really messed up beasts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm assuming that everyone in the castle is likewise lying down everywhere,
including the women and children.
Yep.
That upsets Bradshaw.
Yes. Let's go. They may yet be saved. If I can support to keep the bodies. But yeah, so the main point will, from Dimitri's perspective now, will be effectively resting up for the night, aiming to, or encourage, along with the others, encourage them to actually bring the bodies in so they're not out of the weather. Taking a look at them. Okay. They look like they're completely synthetic, i.e. they won't putrefy while they're in the deactivated state.
They don't seem to. They don't feel real while they're not active.
Okay.
And that will be that'll be Dimitri's plan for the evening. And other plans. Grelin might want to take a bit of time to send a message to Rheddrian and report on where we're up to, what's happening. But
what was that? Is there a... I'm just looking through Cloak of Displacement. What
What?
What are you referring to?
You've been carrying around the Rheddrian staff.
We're doing stuff.
Oh yeah, I've got that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the communication system to so it's not like you're necessarily reporting directly to Rhedddrian, it's a case of just basically sending a message back to the staff that goes, hey, yep, update on what's been happening, and further details when we get back.
Cool.
Okay, so as you're speaking to him, he gets quite excited over while you're talking to him, and next thing you know, he's standing beside you.
Oh, how nice.
Well, it's the first time someone has actually found technology and told him about it while they're in its proximity.
Yep.
All right.
Well, in that case then, huh? Wait,
So is this your spaceship?
Oh, he says, no, this looks like an antique, he says.
Well, Dimitri will fill him in on the details. Obviously, if he comes down to the castle, then presumably he can look first of all at the simulacrum of all the personnel in the castle. If he wants to get to the ship this evening, well, we can certainly Dimitri can come up another horse and we can be there.
He looks over the bodies and tells you, oh, this looks like a old process of replication that explorers used to do to allow them to examine subjects and return them without anyone noticing that they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it appears that the ship itself either malfunctioned slightly in that regard, but it was basically, yes, capturing and releasing specimens. And as you can see, when he points out duplicates of some of them, either the Bradshaw, the Halfling, and Ramen, that, yeah, seemingly decided to release duplicates of some of them. And now that, I guess, now that he's aware of it and looking, did you realise that any of Darren Uber personnel were actually duplicated?
Yep, quite a few of them are. You think that there's only 16 core models, all the others are variants.
Yeah, okay. But Dimitri will look at it and go, okay, yeah, okay, but I've left the ship in a quiet state. It should be avoiding any more activity, except for maintaining the specimens that are currently in there. But obviously the life support systems had access to one of the doors. But yes, we will need to activate the ship in order to maintain power sometime in the relatively near future. And definitely imply the fact that that's several months if needed. But
he does say that he worked on similar models to this ship as a child.
Okay.
Because, hey, many of these were sent around the galaxy by his ancestors.
Ancestors?
It certainly seems like it certainly seemed like the ship was definitely repairable, and although, actually, it had been a little bit overrun by a few local inhabitants of various types, although most of them have been dealt with. But yes, hopefully we can get the ship back up and running again and make use of its technology and facilities.
Well, he was chief engineer of his ship. His ship had come here seeking a lost vessel from their ancestors.
Well, looks like we found it, and if nothing else, I'm sure it'll be interesting to visit when we've got more time, now that it's not necessarily life and death situation for those who enter.
So he sort of talks as if the ship had been lost like 100,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. So, well, is Rheddrian happy to wait till morning,
He is.
or does he want to get over there immediately?
He's happy because he's happily interacting with what he considers antiquated simulacrons.
Mm-hmm. Keep him occupied for a bit, yes. So, so Dimitri's then going to take he will certainly be happily watching Rheddrian later into the night, feeling suddenly a lot less tired when there's interesting things going on, particularly if Rheddrian ends up disassembling it in the simulacrums, or his interactions are something you can learn from. And yeah.
With regard to Therian and Rheddrian, can I sort of pass between them?
Yeah, you can pass.
Are they distinct individuals?
Which ones? The
Therian, the Dragonborn, and Rheddrian, the...
Oh, you mean Dragonborn?
Therian is representing of the fact that the cat keeps speaking up and is generally referred to as the Dragonborn making noise.
Yeah. So when you look at the list of names there, remember that the PC names are actually the ones in brackets.
Okay. So Drezel
is the Dragonborn
different to Rheddrian.
He is, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And Therian represents the fact that my cat will randomly talk during the game.
Okay. Well, certainly when Colin was a halfling, he'd been travelling around with Drazel before we managed to release Rheddrian from the mirror shield at the bottom of the lightning keep.
I don't believe the halfling had been travelling with you at that point.
Colin wasn't with that part, or they really wasn't with the party at that point?
Yeah, he was not, because he came across from Tuesday's group as chum partway through after the characters had returned from the Hollow World on the first mission for Rheddrian.
Okay. Well, but either way, he certainly would have seen Drazel and Rheddrian in the same place at the same time.
Yep.
Over the last few years. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that.
All good. If you ever have any questions, just ask. We will happily help remind you.
Cool.
Or, except, let you know if you want something you knew before. Or I didn't know before. But yeah, so obviously, yes, that is feasible for Colin to do so. But yes, what else Colin might be doing for the evening? I would expect that most of the party are keen for a good long rest, except possibly Plum, who only just woke up.
If there's beer, Bradford likes to find some beer. He needs to relax. Too much on
I need 30 minutes of rest in order to restore my chi.
The intent is to be sleeping overnight.
Sorry guys, I'm trying not to yell at some people over here at the moment.
That is understandable.
Yeah. Assuming the night passes relatively uneventfully, if Rheddrian wants to go and investigate the ship, Dimitri's certainly keen to go with him. I don't know if anyone else would be interested in going with him, or what the situation is.
So, Rhedrian offers to send anyone home who wants to go back to Darrakan.
Or possibly up and go.
Do I feel a need to? Does Dimitri want me to help him out there for anything at all, or does he feel that he's going to be okay?
Well, Dimitri has no expectation that anyone else would be interested in going back to the ship, and whilst he may not necessarily be actively saying, no, stay away, he's certainly not encouraging anyone to get back to the ship.
No, I don't like that ship. I'm probably going to go back to Durgan. Yeah.
So you do see Rheddrian does go through what had been collected from the ship to say he'd rather the technology not return to the nation as it is, so he collects up any technology you've gathered.
Yeah, no, that's very cool.
Yeah. And certainly most of that, except for the healing injections, Dimitri had actually claimed or deliberately left behind on the ship. So,
Yeah, I'll try
Dimitri didn't want to go anywhere either.
Yeah, I'll just have to transform my gear as well now. I'm going to head back. And
He pulls out your gear for you.
I'll put all my gear on.
And just out of curiosity, then, does that look like Rheddrian definitely take all the gear that was on the Bradshaw simulacrum?
He says all the gear on the simulacrum was just poor copies. Much like the simulacrons, they have no power.
Yeah, it's not going to actually have any technology in it, unlike Tenty's.
Yeah, I was going to say, did he spot Tenty's toys?
He did. Well, he is a techno god.
Rude.
And he's got his own teddy bear collection, so he wants to keep add more.
All right, actually, Palmer doesn't care because he doesn't know anything about them.
Yep, and he never met Tenty.
Exactly. Yep. Palmer doesn't care about this weird little tentacle-ridden freak.
In fact, yes,
so upset saying that.
The teddy bear probably stayed with Palmer's body that went back into the ship. So,
yeah, why would he want a teddy bear? That's weird.
Unless Bradshaw took one.
No, I was told I wasn't allowed to take one, so I didn't take one. So.
Yeah.
He does point out to Bradshaw that the axe probably will break at an unfortunate time. It does have multiple flaws in its construction.
Well, I'll throw it against the wall. Yeah.
It sort of digs in a little bit, and you can hear a metallic pop, thinking you've probably cracked the blade.
Good. That's not dwarven made. And I pull out the...
Unlike the one Draco returned to you.
Yeah. No, and I pull out the thing and go, well, this is not dwarven made, but it's super stronger. It's a no. It's a no.
He says that the one that you had
Dimitri's obviously thinking that, once again, Bradshaw throws away his weapons.
Yes, I don't find that funny at all. I look at it, Dimitri, with a look of disdain. And...
It was a mental thought. Didn't say a word.
Oh. No, hang on. Is Fluff around?
Just look pointedly.
Is Fluff still around or not?
Flumpy's still around.
Does Fluff just demonstrate Dimitri?
Yes, it's a plump, not a plump.
Okay.
There's another tentacle creature that floats.
That's the name of the creature, not necessarily the creature's name.
No, if it demonstrates Dimitri's thoughts, then I will be angry at Dimitri. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. So. I have noticed if Dimitri's mentioned the hidden memory little creature. Did you mention the Rheddrian at all? Or?
What was that?
Did you mention your little friend to our techno god?
Mention Fluff,
yeah.
Or Tenty?
The Fluff thing, yeah.
No, that's right. Dimitri's happy to give a full report to Rheddrian on all the activities inside the temple, inside the spaceship, including the creatures that we apparently recovered, and obviously we don't know yet whether Tenty was actually a simulacrum or not. Plump seems unlikely to be a simulacrum, because it seems unlikely they'd be able to create the extra dimensional capabilities for the plot. Of course, the fact that it hasn't returned home immediately possibly you take it, he doesn't have that capability, which is why he's still here.
Well, if I get told I'm heading back to Durkan after all this discussions, I will say bye-bye to the hidden, fluffy, a lot of arm thing, and just say, please look after Dimitri, he needs help.
But why wouldn't you take it with you?
No, it's too smart for me. I'm just being honest. But yeah, I won't join Dimitri in the ship, I'll go back.
Plus, it's not Dwarven mate, so there's a good chance he'll toss it aside.
Yeah, throw it away.
I'm worried what my wife would do to it, that's all. Yeah.
Well, I'll take it.
I would assume that Flump can go wherever it wants.
Though flumps can become familiars. They have the capacity to be a familiar.
Well, admittedly, I can't use Tenki anymore, so maybe Flump will be here.
Tenki would have made a great familiar.
Absolutely. Dimitri already had plans for Tenki on the idea of, okay, if we leave her at the castle with the simulacrum, that means they haven't got any mind that she can actually take over or control. It could keep her out of the danger of all the rest of the world for at least a while. And we should confirm this piece, but obviously not an issue anymore.
Well, I had plans as, my younger daughter.
Unlike, of course, we can find unless of course we find the original.
No, the amusing thing is Tenty's saving throw was so bad she got a critical fumble on her avoiding the bullet, which then caused her to go to dying 2. And then on her next turn she fumbled her dying saving throw and actually died well underneath it.
Yeah. All I'm hearing is that Bradshaw was supposed to be looking after her and protecting her. He died.
You saw it all, you know what happened. Yeah.
Exactly, I saw it all.
Okay.
I saw Bradshaw jump to the side, ignoring Tenki. He didn't jump very well or very far, but...
Yeah, dwarves don't jump. That's right.
They get tossed.
No, get tossed. Dwarves punt nose. Yeah, that's the rule.
Plarman and or Krallen introducing back inside the ship?
Sure.
No, I'm not interested.
Okay,
But
so
no intention of, no need to. We'll rather deploy the ship.
So, because I'm also figuring that is this coming towards end of season for this year?
it could be. It'd be end of adventure at least.
Like, I'm not looking at the adventure, but actually I was thinking potentially end of season, in which case then Dimitri will be spending a bit of time here as well as back in Karameikos. Anyway, yep, he's going to be going back to the ship with Rheddrian, and we'll aim to pick up information and confirm with Rheddrian and learn the ship system in that sort of way.
We have some of you being sent back to Durkan City if you wish to. Some of you traveling back in with Rheddrian while he stabilizes the ship and tries to bring it back under a controllable version.
Or at least get enough power going so therefore it will not self-destruct and be returned. I'm assuming he's not necessarily aiming to turn it back into a space-worthy condition for some time, but the intent will be to actually at least get it up and running, get enough power on it so therefore it can maintain itself.
He does talk about putting it in orbit to be able to figure out where the rest of his ship is.
that would be a reasonable plan, but I'm thinking that takes more than a day or two. Like if we're talking end of season and we're spending a few months here, okay, but I'm assuming he's only spending a few days there initially at most.
Well, he's doing an assessment to begin with, and whatever he can to make sure that there will be something to come back for.
Yeah. And Dimitri's happy to tag along and pick up as much information and knowledge about it as he can. Encouraging Rheddrian to show him and teach him if he's willing. So.
He is willing to talk about it, just you notice he leaves out critical bits of information.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he leaves out enough that you can't replicate it.
As in rebuild it, but I can still be effectively useful for returning it to whoever's looked at it.
He gives enough information to be useful to help him, not enough to utilise it for your own ends.
That's all right, yep. And Dimitri's happy to learn as much as he can, and obviously we'll also be aiming to learn additional information when he gets the opportunity to.
Okay, so I believe we'll be finishing this session early as he takes some of you inside after sending the rest of you away.
I'll be going to Alpine.
I think it's only one of them. I think only Dimitri's gone inside. I think all the rest have gone back either Darrington or directly back to home places, if that was an option. Obviously, if you go to Darrington, then you can jump into the night river in Teleport to get to other locations you need to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Where does Plumman wish to go?
Plumman doesn't really know what he wants to do, so he's gonna follow Dimitri.
So he's going into the ship, back into the ship again, or is he waiting in the castle for Rheddrian and Dimitri?
He's not going to go on the ship. Wherever Dimitri's going, he's just going to follow him around and make sure he doesn't get stabbed.
At least if he does, it'll be by fun.
How'd you know?
All good. Hey, and Dimitri's not unhappy with that because he knows that, hey, we didn't actually get all around the ship and deal with everything that's going through, so there might still be something to kill.
So Rheddrian talks about it taking weeks at least to just do a quick examination of the place.
Okay, Dimitri's certainly happy to stay for a week. Not anywhere else that you need to be right now.
I want to go back to my keep, I suppose, and just spend some time. But while I'm there, when no one's around, hanging around me and bugging me, all the gnomes and all that kind of stuff, I'll just go find a little spot around my castle with like a brick and just write in the word Tenty and just say quiet word. And just, so that's my. Oh well, it was going to be my adopted daughter, by the way. I had it all planned out. Damn it. Damn Martin and his good rolls.
Yeah, Plumman's going to like play cool uncle. Like he was ready to kill someone. Like everyone.
Well, what I find amusing is the idea of Bradshaw being adopted father to Tenty. He wouldn't have you wrapped around a little finger. He'd have your mind wrapped around.
Who's to say she didn't already?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was all of this was actually an illusion. Tenty survived. Tenty's gone.
Well, Tenty may well have survived.
My beard grows back, by the way, man. So there you go.
It was likely to be a copy.
Yeah, but I'll go back, see if my lovely wife has come back home as well. I'll trying to send her a message if she does come back, and I'll meet up with Dimitri when he's ready. But,
okay. So, I think that's it for this storyline. I will look at what we're doing next for the next session, so you can pick up after finding out what happened here.
Oh, one thing that Dimitri will try and probably encourage Rheddrian to do sooner rather than later if the power reserves are going to be enough to maintain in the meantime, will be if you can reactivate Karameikos and the Abigail Castle, so that then they can continue their lives.
Well, you do note that he is able to recharge their battery system without powering up the spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you don't understand how he's doing it.
No, that's right then. But obviously, they seem to be going along quite smoothly for probably at least a few hundred years, probably more like several hundred. There's probably no reason why they can't be reactivated if that was going to be without affecting the ship too much. And
You
like
will
that.
find that
Obviously, if Rheddrian's got other concern, that would be something to be aware of, but yeah.
Well, you do find out from Rheddrian that the simulacrons have only been active for over a year. Seems that whenever someone interacted with the ship, they set off its simulation system.
Right. Okay.
So when
But
Friday's
they
crew
certainly had
went in,
memories going back a lot further.
they did have memories going back a lot further, but it was them entering the ship.
Memories of the original inhabitants.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, working on the idea that if we're going to be stuck in the ship for at least a few weeks, then at least having them active out there gives more warning if there's any further intrusions into the valley.
Yep. Anything that's part of the defense is the creatures being released in the area.
Well, okay. Rheddrian, to make sure certainly encourage Rheddrian to not continue to release creatures into the area. The defense doesn't seem to be working all that well right now. So when they fight each other. So.
Okay, so
yeah, okay.
I will put it on to end credits and chat to you afterwards.